Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be one of two. So I'm going to be testing out the Inika trial pack. So this has primer and it has two types of foundation here. And obviously I got mine in the light, so it's for very fair skin tones like me. Inika is certified organic and is certified vegan as well, which is great. Now, I think at the end of last year, Inika was a brand that was recommended to me by a subscriber. And actually recently when I asked about green beauty primers to test some more out, Inika was also mentioned again. So that's why I thought I would test this out. Just to let you know, I do make a note of everything you suggest. So I've got the Jane Iredale BB cream, there's the Well People brightening powder, and there's other products as well that I've made note of. I haven't ignored them, I'm just working my way through a list type thing. So yeah, so that's what we're doing today. So in here I get a certified organic pure primer, a certified organic liquid foundation in the shade Cream, NL3, and I've got two of the loose mineral foundations, both with SPF 25. One's in Grace, which is P1, and one's in Strength, N3. So I think today I'm going to test out the liquid foundation, so the primer and the liquid foundation, and then for part two, which you'll see on Saturday, I'll test out the primer with the loose mineral foundations. This retailed for £6, just so you know. You can get a medium and there's a dark pack as well. You get obviously very many products in here. There's the certified organic pure primer with hyaluronic acid. Comes in a little bottle like this. You get for the tester 12 mils, and then for the organic liquid foundation, again you get 12 mils in a squeezy tube like this. So we'll have to see what the colour is like. Again, I'm going to be doing a wear test with both the foundations, so wear them throughout the day at work. So I'm really excited to try these out. And then obviously I've got the two mineral ones. I like how they've given you two shades, so that hopefully you can find kind of the right shade. I'm guessing they're going to be different undertones with these, so it'll be interesting to see, but those will be Saturday's video. So, on to these two. So the full size primer retails for £29.50, and it says on the website it creates an even canvas for foundation application and improves the staying power of your makeup. It contains certified organic essential oils, lavender, lemon myrtle and jojoba for nourished and hydrated skin. Calms and soothes the skin and offers a barrier from the elements, perfect for dry to normal skin. Wear alone or under Inika foundations. Like I said, it's for dry, normal skin, so it's going to be hydrating. I have, as you know, oily to combination skin, but I do like a hydrating primer, a luminous base regardless, so that's going to be interesting to try. So I'm not going to take too much. I'm going to take a pump like this big. Ooh, it has kind of a lemon scent to it. I like lemon. Right. Yeah, very much the same texture as my 100% Pure, so kind of like an extra moisturising layer, which I do love. I can feel it starting to go tacky, which is good, so it means foundations should stick. Yeah, so it says to let that sink in before you go ahead with your foundation. So I'm just going to give that 60 to 90 seconds and I'll be back to try out the foundation. Okay, so on to the foundation part. Now the full size again retails for £29.50, and it says it combines natural antioxidants, vitamins and minerals to illuminate skin with the added benefits of hyaluronic acid. So it kind of blurs the line between moisturiser and foundation. So to me that sounds like it's not going to be very full coverage, it's going to be very natural light coverage foundation, which I quite like as well. So the certified organic ingredients provides intense hydration while smoothing wrinkles and helping to regenerate skin cells. Aloe vera leaf juice and jojoba seed oils are combined to soothe, hydrate and moisturise the skin. And now with added hyaluronic acid for improved skin elasticity, hydration and coverage. Argan and rosehip oils nurture and repair. Fortified with vitamin E creates flawless natural coverage which is easily buildable in areas of concern. No oily residue, will not clog pores, flawless blendability. So that sounds quite nice. So like I said, yeah, I think it's going to be a very light coverage, natural foundation, although as I said you could build up in the areas where you need to, so that's good. Now, they gave me the shade Cream. There's actually two lighter than that. There's Nude and then there's Porcelain. It doesn't give a description of those ones, but for the description of cream it says for light to medium skin tones. Slightly worries me, I have to say, and perfect for those with an English rose complexion. So it says you can apply a brush or you can use your fingertips. And actually it says don't be afraid to use your fingertips in application as the product responds well to skin's oils and heats on application. So okay, maybe I will start off with my hands and see how it goes. It doesn't look too bad shade wise. Usually when it says light to medium, in comparison to some of the kind of the Beauty Without Cruelty natural foundation I had and the Pacifica BB cream, even though it was feral light, the shade, it was quite dark. That's actually much lighter, so I'm just going to start with a little bit. It says to apply in sections, so I'm going to start off with the nose area and kind of go outwards. I'm not used to using my hands. Okay, this isn't going well. Maybe I should have done half without the primer and half with. I'm just going to show you what's happened so far with me trying to blend it in. So it's kind of bunching up in areas, especially around my nose, and not really blending in. I don't know why that is, because it is kind of the matching primer, so it shouldn't do it. Let's just try buffing out the brush. Okay, with the brush it is buffing out much easier. That was weird, it was kind of like balling up to begin with, so maybe I'll continue with the brush. So this is the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. So let's continue. I mean the shades actually, because it is a very light coverage, it's really not too bad in terms of shade. So let's just continue the brush. Applying a lot better with the brush. I don't know why it suggested fingers, because that was not working out for me for some reason. It's just kind of getting stuck to my fingers and kind of going really tacky. Again, it's definitely, so I've only done the cheek areas, it's definitely a very light coverage, lightweight foundation. It blends really nicely into the skin, and because it is so light coverage, the shade actually, you can kind of get away with a slightly deeper shade. It doesn't matter too much. I'm going to quickly see what it's like if I use a beauty blender on my forehead. Yes, it's giving me a very skin-like finish, which is kind of what it did suggest, which is nice. Okay, so it applies nicely with a beauty blender as well. So, right, let's apply some to the chin area, and then we'll be able to see the true coverage. So as you can see, it's kind of definitely evened out my skin tone so far. Okay, not too bad. Obviously you can still see things, but it's kind of calmed the redness down a little bit on my chin, which is quite nice. I'm going to see if I can build up some more coverage with this foundation, because it says you can build up in the areas of concern, so obviously that would be my chin for me. Okay, so I went in quite a bit there. Okay, so it doesn't look that nice load up. I mean, it's added a bit more coverage, but you can still really see my spots. But just to go there, I'm just going to add, I've got a bit more redness around my cheeks area, so I'm just going to see if I can get a bit more going there. Yeah, it really doesn't build up very well at all. I'm kind of debating what I want to do about this, because it's not looking... See if I can get it to blend in. So like here I'm trying to build up, it's just taking it off again, it's just not blending in very well. It doesn't look that nice on the chin area. Here it looks actually really quite nice, but around the centre of my face section here it just doesn't look so great, and it kind of it's starting to burn a little bit my skin. Yes, I think I'm going to take this off. I think I'm going to apply half to my face without any primer underneath, just to see if it's the primer or the foundation. If it's still kind of doing this, then I'm going to take it off, and I think that'll be the end of this review. Okay, so I'm back. Let's try again. So I've got no primer on. I haven't put any primer on, so I'm going to start with this side of my face without any primer at all. Going back in, I've just been got up some of the reviews, and it's all got really good reviews, like 5-star, 4-star. Okay, so that went on a lot better this time. I'm not sure if I want to try and build up or not, just in case it does what it did before, but I can just go in with concealer in a minute. But it's definitely evened out my skin tone on this side, and it sits beautifully on the skin now. Very much a skin-like finish, as I mentioned before. Okay, so maybe it's the primer. So in Saturday's video, maybe I'll do half and half and see what it's like. I might just see what it's like with the luminous primer, 100% pure on the other side, just a little bit. Okay, so yeah, so it worked perfectly well over the 100% pure primer, so I'm a bit confused as to why it didn't work over this primer, considering this primer should really go with this foundation. Maybe I'm doing it wrong, I don't know, I don't think so. But yeah, but otherwise I actually think it's sitting now really beautiful on the skin. It's definitely evened out my skin tone, but you can still see all my blemishes and things like that, which is kind of what could be expected from a light natural foundation. So I'm going to go with some concealer now and see how that works. So the concealer I'm going to use is the Lily Lolo Belly Beige Concealer. And start packing this on. I'm going to add this to the areas where I need the coverage. Okay, so that concealer sits really nicely on it. And yeah, has worked really well on top. I am just going to set the T-zone area with a powder. I'm going to go in my RMS Beauty powder. I've actually been told recently it works better using the puff. Now I can't find the puff that went with this one, but I've just got one that's from Inika that I'm going to use instead. Apparently you're meant to roll it on. I may have gone a bit OTT there. Oh, it really has set the forehead. Let's see if my oils come through now. It does feel very nice using a puff to pack the powder. So kind of the last mini test I want to do before the wear test is add a few extra products on top, see how they lay on top of this foundation. So I'm going to go in with some of the 100% pure bronzer. As you can see, I've hit pan, which makes me very sad. So I'm just going to take a little bit of this on my powder brush and see how it applies on top. For highlighter, I'm going with the Lily Low. This is the champagne one. I fancy more of a goldy champagne today. Apply a little bit of this. Okay, so the rest of the products went on really nicely on top of that foundation, which is good. So bronzer and highlight and stuff like that. So it is now looking really nice on the skin. It is very lightweight natural foundation, so my skin's still peeking through. So you do have to go with a bit of a heavy-ish concealer just to cover areas you need to. So it's almost 8:45 now, so I'm obviously, like I said, I'm off to work and I'll be back to give you my final thoughts on the foundation. But at the moment it is now sitting really nicely on the skin. And like I said, it is a very natural looking foundation, which is nice, and other products seem to blend well over the top of it, which I really, really like. Okay, so I am back from work. The time is just gone 6:15, so again about 7.5, 8 hours, I think roughly. That it's been on my face. As you can see, I am a little bit shiny down the T-zone. You know that's a very common thing with me because I am quite oily down the T-zone. The biggest issue with foundation disappearing or going weird is around my nose. I think it's a relatively common problem unless you've got really normal skin. Now, so this side I didn't prime this time. I used my 100% pure primer, and they both kind of started to disappear around my nose and kind of gone a little bit cakey, but this side with the primer has definitely gotten a lot worse. So it's kind of really bunched up here, kind of disappeared. I'm not sure why that is. Maybe it just doesn't react well with the primer, or doesn't last as long with that particular primer. I'd say on the chin it's starting to separate slightly. Like my oils coming through, that's kind of starting to separate it, but again it is meant for someone with more of a dry to normal skin. But everywhere else, it's looking absolutely fine. It still looks really nice, very skin-like as well. And yeah, maybe I'll just try, maybe I'm going to have to play around with this one. Because I have still got a little bit of the foundation left, so maybe I'll try it with a few other primers and see how it works. Maybe try it with more of a mattifying primer as opposed to a luminous primer. And then obviously I'll have to give the primer a go again when I do test out the mineral one of this foundation. And maybe I'll just give the primer a go with one of my favourite foundations, my Gosh one, just to see how it kind of reacts with that. Obviously I will try out the primer with the mineral foundation, hope it doesn't happen again. Maybe I'll do half and half, so half with the Inika primer, half without. If it goes really wrong, then I'll take off that and kind of start again like I had to with this one. So I'm not sure how I feel as product. I did check, there were no reviews for the primer on Love Lula, so that's where I got it from. I got it from yeah, Love Lula website, and I couldn't see any reviews, so maybe I'll have a look up other reviews elsewhere if I can find some, just to see what they say. So I don't think it's done too badly. So yeah, so again, like I said, I'm just going to play around with it and I can give my final thoughts. So maybe like in the next couple of days I'll play around with that one. I can update you with the Saturday's video as to whether I do really like it or not. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this useful, and don't forget to stay tuned for Saturday's video where I test out the mineral foundations in this trial kit. And do leave future video suggestions down below, and I will see you in my next video. Thanks for watching.